The Royal Variety performance has quietly evolved into more than a glittering evening of entertainment. It has become a subtle mirror of transformation. For Princess Catherine, this single annual appearance reveals something deeper than fashion. It tells a story, not loudly, not dramatically, but with quiet precision. Over the years, each gown has marked a moment in her journey, reflecting not just changing styles, but a growing sense of identity. What makes this evolution so compelling is its restraint. There are no sudden reinventions, no sharp departures. Instead, there is a steady, thoughtful progression, one that invites you to look closer, and when you do, a pattern begins to emerge. In 2014, her first appearance set the tone. The choice was deliberate, elegant, composed, and unmistakably cautious. The black lace gown carried a sense of respect for tradition, with its sheer sleeves and flowing structure offering refinement without risk. At that moment, her role was still taking shape, and her style reflected that uncertainty. By 2017, a softness entered the narrative. The icy blue gown, light-catching and delicate, introduced a sense of ease. It moved gently, almost whispering rather than announcing. Paired with classic diamonds, the look remained within royal expectations, but there was a quiet shift, less guarded, more assured. It was as if she had begun to understand not just what was expected of her, but how to move within those expectations gracefully. The real turning point arrived in 2019. The silhouette changed, and with it, the message. A structured gown with a more defined neckline introduced a new dimension, confidence. It was still formal, still appropriate, but no longer purely reserved. There was intention behind the choice, a willingness to step slightly beyond the familiar. Then came 2021, and with it, a transformation that could not be overlooked. The emerald sequined gown captured attention instantly. It reflected light, movement, and something more powerful, presence. This was no longer about blending in or simply fulfilling a role. It was about being seen. The styling supported this shift, adding brightness and energy. For the first time, the message felt unmistakable. She was stepping fully into her own. By 2023, the evolution had matured into something sharper and more defined. The silhouette took center stage, structured and commanding. Gone were the softer, decorative elements, replaced instead by clean lines and bold form. The look carried a sense of purpose, almost ceremonial in its precision. It suggested not just confidence, but authority. This was no longer a gradual transition, it was clarity. And then, in 2025, everything aligned. The velvet gown brought together richness, simplicity, and strength. Its clean shape and deep tone created a presence that felt both timeless and assured. There was no need for excess. Every detail worked in harmony, reflecting a style that had fully settled into itself. Taken together, these appearances form more than a sequence of beautiful gowns. They create a narrative, a quiet recalibration of image expressed through fabric, silhouette, and tone. What began as careful elegance has grown into something far more defined: confidence, continuity, and quiet authority. The Royal Variety performance, year after year, has offered a glimpse into that transformation, and perhaps that is what makes it so fascinating. Not the spectacle, but the subtlety, not the fashion alone, but what it represents. As her role continues to evolve, so too will these moments, each one adding another layer to a story still being written.